hit the nose again just to say, okay guys, we're getting ready to taste again. And then let's smell. I'm almost 50-50 now. My right nostril is kind of giving way a little bit to the left one, so it's participating. This one I'm going to slurp. We're going to review slurping. You put a little bit of wine on the tip of your tongue, suck air through your teeth like this, swallow and blow the air out your nose. Now the critical thing here is when you blow it out your nose, you do not want to spray wine all over the table. And you know, I mean, it looks like you just started doing this. And one of the fun things, if you have a group of about 10 people that does this, I guarantee that at least 1 or 2 people are going to choke. And the reason is because they put too much wine in their mouth to start with. Because if you put too much wine to start with, when you slurp, that wine goes to the back of the throat and it starts going down the throat, and then you feel the need to cough. So we got to make sure you just put a little bit of wine on the tip of your tongue. Wow. I feel the tannins on the tip of my tongue, on the back of my tongue. I'm getting a little bit of pucker now. I mean, it's just beautifully balanced. It's soft, it's dry, it's cherry, it's got vanilla to it. It's just a beautifully balanced red wine, 2009. So this wine will age 20 years, no problem. I believe that this wine will probably peak in the year 2010. So, but we only made 122 cases. So, if you come to the winery and you taste this wine, buy a couple of cases and put them down and then have a bottle a month, because this will be gone in about 2 or 3 more months. It'll be all sold out. So, a very, very special vintage 2009 Reggae Merlot from La Mesa, Texas. I was going to say, what's special about the High Plains? Well, you know, you're in Aggieland here at 327 feet, and then you go towards Austin, you get up 700-800 feet. You go to the hill country, it's 11 to 1,500 feet. And then you're driving west towards the Lubbock High Plains, and then you run into this huge hill that is the Caprock. And the landmass goes from about 1,500 feet to 3,500 feet, all in a matter of 5 miles. It's a unique geographical area. The land is flat as a table. The soil is deep alluvial soils. Fabulous water coming off the Ocalawa Aquifer up in Colorado, Nebraska. Great water, super water, no salt in the water at all. And farmers that know what they're doing, because these guys farm thousands of acres of cotton along with hundreds of acres of grapes. So they're good farmers, they know what they're doing, and the quality of the grapes are unsurpassed. They're amazing. So we're going to try this one more time. Wow. Yesterday, we had some bonbons, chocolate bonbons, that had a cherry Merlot filling. And I had a bonbon, and I had this wine. And the two of them, Merrill talks about the concept of the wine sings, you know? And when you get the right combination of wine and food, it is like you take 1 + 1 = 3. So that's what making a wine sing is all about. You take a beautiful product and a beautiful product, and together they're better than either one of them by themselves. So that's what making a wine sing does. Perfect combination. You know, a lot of people think chocolate cab. They don't think chocolate and Merlot. They think chocolate port, but they don't necessarily think of the fact that the chocolate and a big Merlot goes so well, and it really, really does. Now, I do also want to remind everybody, harvest is around the corner. We're now about 70 days till harvest, and we've got such a great lineup. A dear friend of mine, Melba, who was the director of wine at the Art Institute in Houston, who is now doing fabulous work in Champagne, France, who is an expert in wine tasting and food and wine pairing. She is even going to be joining us. We've got all sorts of friends and guests that we're going to have this year. You know, it's our 35th harvest, and it's exciting. We've got Randy Lemons coming from Garden Line, and we've got the high-tech Texan coming in to do a show here at the winery. Melba's going to be here. We've got the wonderful folks at Palm Bay will be here, and we've got a fabulous group of wines that Monique is going to be bringing in this year that will just complement everything at the grand finale. This year, at the grand finale, we just don't have Messina Hof. We've got two other fabulous vintners that are going to be joining me, and it is going to be a spectacular grand dinner, especially with the great foods of Chef Dwight. So, pick up one of these, go online, and we've got a cute little advertisement on the website that you got to look at. And please, I want you to look at that little 30-second commercial online, and I want you to email me at wine@messinahof.com and let me know what you think about it, because I think it is cute. It is cute. You know, it kind of reminds me of kind of a trampoline kind of thing, but it looks cute, and so I hope you enjoy it. So, enjoy Merlot with steak, with good pasta dishes, sausage, a nice veal parmesan, eggplant parmesan, anything that has Romano cheese in it is wonderful. Just a great little glass of wine. So we'll move that one aside, and we'll move to our next one, which is a private reserve Cabernet Sauvignon 2009, and it is a honey. 2009 was probably the best vintage here at Messina Hof in 10 years. And pretty much everything that we made in 2009, I'm extremely proud of. And so we're going to taste this 2009. We're tasting it at the beginning of its eligibility, as I would say, because these wines sell fast because they're so good. People buy them and put them down and then drink them over the next few years. So we're going to move our little foil over. We'll move this over. And we've got our separate one when we go back to the Angel. It's going to be very, very important that we use another one of these Venturis, because we don't want to cause the wine to be dark. So here we go. We're going to take the glass, put it over here. And here we go. We're gonna, and I love the little glug, 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 glug. I mean, it's a great little sound. And what a beautiful color. I mean, this garnet color. The one thing that the sommelier in California mentioned to me, she said, Paul, I have never seen wine so consistently dark. Never seen that before. A lot of wineries will have Shiraz, inky dark, Cabernet, pretty dark, Merlot, kind of medium. She said, all your wines are dark. And she wants to know, how do we do that? Well, number one, we have sunlight in the great state of Texas. That causes a great deal of anthocyanins, which is the kind of the coloring property in the skin, so that when you crush the fruit, it causes that color to just be purple, and that purple color carries itself all the way through to the end. So it's pretty exciting. You know, places that don't have a lot of sunlight have difficulty with getting color, and we have no problems. For those of you who have gone to Germany, Pinot Noirs in Germany look almost like rosés, and the reason is they have a hard time coloring up. Even our Pinot Noirs in Texas are dark. So we have an abundance of sunlight. So here we go. We swirl. Let me check the nostril. Yep. It's moving over to the left. There's no doubt about it. And here we go. We're going to go ahead and chew this one. Wow. You know, this wine has such a depth of flavor. You could get an osso buco. You could get a real heavy ribeye or New York strip. Put it on the grill. Even do the rub on it and create some wonderful kind of peppery character. And this wine holds up beautifully. I don't think there is a meat that this would not work with. In the lamb, in the beef, buffalo. The other night we had a buffalo lasagna. A friend of mine in Navasota produces buffalo, and he dropped off some buffalo ground beef, ground meat. And so I made 4 lasagnas with it. And so I love to make lasagna and put it in the freezer for a while because all of those flavors absorb and get bigger and richer. So on Monday night, we had lasagna with the buffalo ground beef. Fabulous. Stronger flavors. Leaner than regular beef. So we have something that has to be big and bold to go with it. We had this wine with it, and it was marvelous. It was just a great compliment to buffalo. And I'm really hoping buffalo really catches on more and more because, God, they're beautiful animals. They live in Texas beautifully. And it kind of represents the days of the Old West, you know, with this, it's a leaner meat, so it's healthier for you. And tasted really good, really, really good. So here we go. This is the 2009 Private Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon. The vineyards are from the Fredericksburg area, the Steve Johnsons of the world, at Granite Hill, producing some great Cabernet, and the guys out at La Mesa, along with Freddie Bell and the Calhoun Vineyard, which is located actually in the city limits of Plainview, Texas. There's a 5-acre Cabernet vineyard that's been there since about '81, producing some really, really nice fruit. So here we go. Let's give it one more shot. I mean, the smell of that wine, I mean, it is. I can smell it from here. I mean, it's filling this area right over here. It's just a wonderful aroma. What can I say? I mean, California is known for cab. Look out, California. We're coming right down your throat because when we did the comparative tasting of our Messina Hof Private Reserve, and this was back in 2006, we did the Messina Hof 2006 Private Reserve to the Silver Oak 2005 Napa. The majority of our expert tasters decided that this was better than the Silver Oak, and you're talking about a price differential of probably $80 a bottle. I mean, so there was just an amazing value issue going on there. So, wonderful. And then let's go to the Angel, and here's where we switch out our Venturi, because this one needs to be rinsed out. And we've got the basket of the new Venturi. That's all cleaned out and ready to go. Here we go, put it back in there. And now we put Angel. This is the Angel Merrill's Vineyard. Now this is one exception of a dessert wine. That dessert wines can live 20 years in the bottle. So they are not wines that you better drink real quick. I've got some Sauternes in my cellar that are 40 years old, and they're tasting beautiful. They caramelize. They develop this creamy, sweet flavor. Just delightful. We're going to pour this one without the disc because the disc has some red wine on it. So we're just going to go directly to the Venturi. And we pour, glug, 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 there we go. And it aerates, and oh God, oh look how beautiful it is. A 2007, 4 years old, should be golden. So when you see this, it should be golden. What does the golden represent? Well, number one, it represents slow and controlled oxidation. That's good. The second thing is it shows this conversion of extremely fresh green apple more to a very ripe apple. You know, it's like when you first buy an apple and you bite into it, it's hard. I mean, the thing is really hard. You let it sit there for about a week, and then it gets soft, and it gets you know, chewy and soft and easy. That's what a late harvest does. Now, this is made from Merrill's Vineyard, which is 20 miles west of Plainview, 20 miles west of Plainview, in a town called Halfway, Texas. And the grapes were planted in the 80s, so they're old vine Riesling. And we wait until the last picking. So this is normally picked about maybe third week in September, and they're raisined by this time. So the ratio of juice to skin is very little juice with a lot of kind of concentrated skin, and so the juice starts off a kind of a little bit on the yellow side, not white, like the regular Riesling does, and then as it ages, it becomes golden. You know, the mark of a great dessert white wine is that golden color. So let's enjoy this. Let's smell. Let's wake this one up. I mean, this with an apple pie or strudel, oh Lord, I mean, life doesn't get any better. Oh boy, that has such a character of late harvest, it's amazing. Wow, it is so smooth. And I really encourage you guys to practice enjoying dessert wines because they are such a undeveloped area of our consumption that I think people need to do more of this. The other day I was giving a talk to some restaurateurs, and I told them, I said, every restaurant I go in, at the end of the meal, the first thing that the wait staff says is, "Can I get you some coffee?" Oh my God, what a disaster. Coffee versus this. I mean, coffee is going to make me nervous. Coffee is a stimulant. I'm enjoying my meal. I have come to the, just after the climax of this wonderful meal, and now I'm sipping this and just enjoying the wonderful talk of a meal at the end of the meal. This is the way we should end a meal, not a cup of coffee. So again, when you go into a restaurant, if they say, "Would you like some coffee?" instead say to them, "Can I see your dessert wines?" Because that's when you can enjoy a lovely glass of port or a great glass of late harvest. I mean, this is a work of art. Not only was it picked as a raisin, but it's given 4 years of maturation in the bottle, and now you have this kind of golden goddess of wine. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful appearance, presentation. It sheens the glass. It has incredible viscosity and legs. You know, these are wines that should be really aged to perfection like this is, and then enjoyed on a regular basis. So for myself, Paul Bonarigo, and all of our family at Messina Hof, I want to bid you adieu and say thank you so much for joining us again. this month, and we look forward to seeing you again. And our next show will be June the 19th. So we look forward to seeing you there. God bless you all. Bye-bye.